My name is Gijs de Boer. I'm a research scientist in the NOAA Physical Sciences Laboratory through work with the Cooperative Institute for Research in Environmental Sciences at the University of Colorado. I've been working in this role for a little over 10 years now. So I got into weather at a very early age. My dad was a sea captain who was routinely watching the weather, and that resulted in me missing a lot of basketball games that I was interested in watching on TV when he needed to check in on the weather. And so I think that drove me to being interested in weather after high school, going into college. When I was in college, I majored in soil, crop, and atmospheric sciences at Cornell University and learned a lot about meteorology there, thinking that I would potentially go into a career as an on-air broadcast meteorologist. But after doing that for a summer as an intern, I decided that that wasn't going to be for me. And I went to graduate school at the University of Wisconsin, getting both a master's and a PhD in atmospheric and oceanic sciences there. From Wisconsin, I went on to Berkeley, Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, to work with scientists who are interested in a variety of different climate questions, but specifically looking at Arctic processes. And that brought me to Boulder to be part of the series team here. Yeah, so I became, as I mentioned, interested in the atmosphere at an early age through my father's work. But I've always been interested, weather is something that impacts our daily lives, all of our daily lives. For some of us, it's as simple as understanding what to wear. For other people, it's trying to understand whether your soccer game is going to happen or not. For others, it's really critical to their daily jobs and whether, for example, as a mailman, how you're going to have to operate your route on any given day because of potential weather. So I think it's something that impacts a lot of people and is a really important part of everybody's lives. In terms of the drone aspect of my work, I got really interested in that about 10 years ago when I was trying to understand some things about clouds in the Arctic. And the more I tried to understand that, the more I realized that we were missing some really key measurements in areas that we didn't really have the right tools to provide information. So I started looking at options for filling in those gaps, and that led me down the path of remotely piloted aircraft. And ever since then, I've been working very closely with a variety of collaborators here at the University of Colorado and at NOAA to put these aircraft in the sky and provide some of those measurements that we were missing. So my typical day is, I guess I'll start by saying I don't really have a typical day. Every day tends to be a little bit different. I think when I'm at home and in the office, we have a lot of different phone calls and meetings, and we're working very hard to make our platforms better, test new sensors, process the data sets that we've collected, and start to answer scientific questions with those data. So we spend a lot of time in front of the computer writing software to do all of this. However, when we're in the field, things are very different, and sometimes, depending on the mission, that means getting up at 2 a.m. to get to where you need to be to sample the environment by 6 in the morning. Other times, it means that you're sampling in the evening or out all day in whatever weather conditions may be required. So sometimes those are very cold conditions in the Arctic, and we're constantly working to keep the aircraft in the sky as much as possible and maximize our sampling time. And other times that means we're in a stormy environment, making measurements around thunderstorms, for example, and keeping very close tabs on where the storms are, where we need to be, whether there are any risks like hail or tornadoes to watch out for. And so it's a very dynamic environment, and that's part of what I love about it, is that it changes on a daily basis, and we're always working to make things better and get better at what we do. One of the things that I would share with everybody is that there is a ton to learn out there, and we do our best to kind of pick our career path and move forward. And even if we pick a specific career direction, there's always room to innovate and expand. And what I've been doing for the last decade is trying to merge some of the different groups here in Boulder, trying to bring the aerospace engineering team from the university together with all of the atmospheric scientists to provide unique perspectives. So I think I personally really appreciate the fact that we work in an environment where we can do that. And I think, well, I like to think that anyone can do that, and anyone can go out and try to figure out how to make whatever it is they're doing a little bit better, or provide unique perspectives or unique insights by innovating.